Do they have any? Do they have any like picks stockpiled?
They do. This is what the Porzingis trade.
Next year's number one.
This is what the Porzingis trade brought back. They got 2 first-round picks from Dallas.
So there you go. Those are chips. That's
huge chips, and their own first-round picks going forward. So they have 6 first-round picks in the next 4 years, which is huge for them.
So you could use 3 first-rounders.
Let's
potentially,
say,
right?
Let's say
a guy like Zion.
It's safe to say, like, you're not seeing another Zion in the next.
You give up maybe 4. I don't know.
I would assume the team that gets the number 1 pick was going to have a lot of offers for that pick.
Holy shit!
I think there'll be
you're not seeing anybody like this.
But you're also hearing the thing with New York. It's still New York. They have the most cap space out of any team next year. Mm-hmm. They're going big fishing. You know what I mean? They can say whatever they want. They're New York, and they're always going to go after the big guys.
Yeah, they have.
That's just the way they are.
You don't want Amari Stoudemire this year.
And that's what they're doing. They have enough to get 2 now. Not just, Durant's the thing you keep hearing about.
I don't know if you really want him after. You think he can handle New York?
Well, with the media and stuff, he'd be fine.
Yeah, he would. He could play.
If anything, he'd be great for him because they give him great stories because he combats with the media, which is great in New York.
If he goes to New York and in the draft, I'm going to say that's something that we use, that I wear. I think that Zion should use the blacktux.com. He needs to go to the blacktux.com because we all agree it's the best place to go to. We use it for our suits and tuxes. You just pick a style at the blacktux.com, request a free home try-on, and you can feel the fit and quality before you commit. Zion, use the blacktux.com because we agree it's the best thing for us too.
He's got to look good in New York, man.
You got to look good.
I mean, ideally, that's what you want. You want him in New York. Everybody wants him in New York.
You know that.
We talked about years ago the frozen envelope. Why can't that? You know that that would be the best thing for the NBA. Why can't they go through and do that?
You want to hear conspiracy theories?
So what?
Other owners got their fucking eyeballs on him, man. You know?
Adam Silver, the commissioner, went to Duke.
He's going.
He's from New York.
Knicks. He's going.
He's a Knicks fan. Like, we know all this stuff.
He's going to the Knicks.
If it was ever a year to do it, this would be.
Because here's the thing: if he somehow goes to Cleveland,
we also stand.
No, I'm just saying because I need to crack my knees. But if he somehow goes to if Zion goes to Cleveland, I'm telling you right now, LeBron James will end up back in Cleveland because he can't let somebody else have the land. He can't let it. It's just like his stupid shot and all that stuff. I'm calling it right now. He'll end up back in Cleveland. He was watching the Duke game the other night.
Who?
He was there, yeah.
Well, everybody wants to watch Zion, man.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of Zion, the other night was unbelievable. They were down, 23 points with 9 minutes left. And they came back, and a lot was because of him and won that game. It was if you watch that game, and Jones last night, that was one of the
Cam Reddish is
unbelievable.
He's coming.
Cam Reddish had a good game.
I love Cam Reddish.
Duke's got all the talent, man. I mean, it's going to be. We're going to see what happens with Duke, with the NBA, and look, as far as the other teams that made moves in the NBA.
It was crazy.
All the Eastern Conference teams made big moves.
My Kings made a good move getting Barnes.
Yep. Kings made a move to try to make the
Raptors didn't trade shit, and they got Gasol.
The Bucks got what's his name from New Orleans. They got another shooter, like we talked about. They're going to probably try to go get another shooter.
Philly
and then Philly goes out and gets
Tobias Harris. That was big.
They all made moves, man. The only thing that didn't make a move is Boston.
You can't make a move, though. That's a smart move by Danny because
I think so too. I don't think they needed to make a move.
He's made all the moves necessary. Like Joe wanted them to bring in Gasol.
I don't. Well, because if you look at the trade with Gasol, they didn't trade anything.
Joe, you want to know what their move is? Is that Elfman fucking Gordon Hayward actually starts playing well.
Elfman?
He does. He looks kind of like his old school pictures when he was from Butler until he had a transformation. But Kyrie Irving actually gelling with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown actually starting
Jason
to play
Tatum now, I think, is turning to a point that from his interview where he said he would be willing to go to New Orleans. He wants this to be his team. Something's going on, but either he wants this to be his team or
he wants his own
Kyrie to go.
This was something we talked about before the season started, but because of their coach, you figured Brad Stevens is going to figure it out. You got a lot of good players. Sometimes it's hard when you have a lot of good players. And because they made the run they made last year, and those young players now are like, wait a minute.
Right.
We got to the Eastern Conference Finals. Now Hayward's back and Kyrie's back. And all of a sudden, we're supposed to take a back seat. Well, yeah, you are, because you guys are the younger players, and they got to figure out how to play with all the other guys, because it's very. I mean, you guys were talking about it earlier. The Celtics play. It seems like they play better when Kyrie's not playing, and it's true because the other guys feel more comfortable. The ball moves a little bit better, and they play looser.
Yes,
you can see it.
Yes.
Now, does that mean they're going to win in the playoffs playing that way? I don't know, but they have to kind of figure some stuff out because those other three teams, you can argue they all jumped ahead of them. You can argue Toronto, you can argue Philly, and you can argue Milwaukee.
I still think it goes Milwaukee. That's just because I don't see anybody stopping the Greek Freak personally.
No,
and then I think Philly is right next to him, and then I think Toronto.
Philly talent-wise, if you look at their starting five,
Philly talent-wise is
their starting five is probably the second best in the league besides Golden State.
Yes.
If you're talking about just the players they have.
Yes.
So they got the talent.
Yep.
And then you got Milwaukee, with the way Giannis has been playing this year, and you added another shooter on that team, they're going to be a problem.
Yeah.
And Toronto's going to be a problem. And you just added Marcus Gasol to Kawhi and Lowry and all those other guys, and Siakam's having a huge year. Now they're a problem.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, the Eastern Conference got really, really tough.
Yeah.
It got tough. So I don't know. You know, it's kind of wide open now.
The West is
done. It's you know.
It's Golden State, or if Houston somehow.
Or Oklahoma City, man.
I love Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City, man.
Paul George, comeback player of the year for sure.
Well, not comeback. I mean, he's always been an all-star, but he's taken it to
another
last year.
Well, no, I'm saying since his injury. This is like the turnover.
Well, this is about 3 years now.
But he hasn't been.
He's been a good player.
He's been good. I'm
No,
saying like this is like he's
MVP.
Yeah,
well, he's in the MVP.
Westbrook too is playing an MVP. I mean, he has.
Paul George is
Paul George, that's his team right now.
Dude, he's scoring 40 points every night.
Scott loves Westbrook.
I would love Westbrook.
No, Westbrook too. I'm just saying Golden State. The only way you're going to beat them, there's got to be an injury, man. I'm sorry. You're looking at that team now with Boogie back.
Boogie's unstoppable.
When Boogie came back, you're like, well, dude, the guy tore his Achilles, so I mean, he's probably not going to be.
Tore nothing.
Dude, he looks exactly the same. Like
he looks better.
Oh my god! When I saw that, I'm like, now what the fuck are you gonna do?
He looks better.
Now you got him.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
And he's playing like he played at the beginning of last year.
And he's got all that rest.
And he lost
weight.
And he lost weight. Oh boy. They need a Steph Curry injury or something, which could happen. So it's not
in the All-Star game. It could happen.
So Kyrie's been out for the Celtics. Does he play in the All-Star game?
He can't. Danny already said no, Joe.
Oh, he can't.
Danny's not allowing it.
Oh, good. Well,
I
you know he would. He would come out and want to play with his boys.
Well, All-Star Week, it's this weekend.
Yeah.
Today's Wednesday. He's not playing in this. This is the last game for them?
He's not playing in the All. Danny Ainge just said if he can't play now, why is he going to play in the All-Star? Why is he going to play?
I don't know, because he probably wants to.
If he's resting up right now to play in the All-Star game,
that would be a
says
problem.
a lot about what his.
What are you guys' feelings with Kyrie at this point?
What's my feelings? Right. He's a very talented player. You know,
I mean, you guys are all Celtics fans, so I watch him.
I love him. I love him, and I hate him. I feel like sometimes he's like really good, and then there's games where it hits the end of the game and it's a close game, and he's turning over the ball. He's hucking up threes, coming down, just hucking up a three instead of working on a play. Like they play different basketball without him. Like
he's a different baller.
It's me ball. When he gets the ball, he gets in a zone, he goes for it. Where when they win games, they're passing the ball around.
NBA is ISO. Give the ball to your best player.
The way the Celtics have been playing, and the reason the
playoffs. Yeah. That's the NBA. In the playoffs, it's ISO. I don't care what anybody says.
They don't call fouls.
Team ball is great.
They won't call fouls in the playoffs.
Even Golden State, they share the ball quite a bit, but when it's
watch them in the playoffs, it's Durant. It's Durant and Steph. That's it.
They give it to two people.
Yeah.
So it's going to be the same thing. So for anybody to knock it, Yanni said it last year. You said it last year. They were missing one thing, was that to go to guy like a Paul Pierce late in the game, give him the ball and go. Here's my problem with Kyrie.
You know what's funny? Just going on that. The funny thing is, like, real quick, like when Jordan played, they talked about the triangle offense and this and that. Jordan played the triangle.
Yeah, it was great.
For 3 quarters.
Fourth quarter was him.
For 3 quarters, he shared the ball in the triangle and get everybody involved. Once the fourth quarter came around,
you knew exactly.
Watch the game.
Get the ball.
There is no fucking triangle.
And he'd do that fadeaway. He'd do the fadeaway. He'd feel it. It
was one-on-one. It was one-on-one, and see what you can do.
Yeah.
You know? And that's the game hasn't changed that much, man. When it comes down to it.
But what I was going to say was the biggest problem that I have is he came out and he has to now eat his words because he said at the beginning of the season, "Well, the fans have me. I'd love to stay here."
Right.
And then when they asked him again, which it's just human nature for reporters to ask, he goes, "We'll see you July 1st."
He could have crushed it.
He could have crushed it and said, "You already heard my answer,"
Right.
or just been like, "We spoke about this." Instead, he has
And
to
he does
feed
it,
the fire.
And he does it the day after Porzingis gets traded
Yes.
in New York at Madison Square
And
Garden.
the day after, in a week before, he was talking to LeBron James saying, "I had to call LeBron, talk to him, and I wouldn't mind playing with him again and all this shit." And now they're buddies. So you know what? If you want to suck him off, go ahead. I don't care.
The hate's real.
I don't know who it's.
You're already talking he's gone.
If he goes to LA, I'll hate him.
Oh, he would be the most hated
criminal
for Boston
criminal.
fans. If he left there and went to the Lakers,
criminal.
Did you see the other night the Celtics played the Lakers and Rondo hits the fucking
I thought it was kind of cool because it was Rondo.
Oh God.
Yeah, he buried it.
On Saturday before the All-Star weekend, though, which something interesting I send out to you guys, they're having like a video. I think it's something about Giannis. Did you see that? I sent that to you.
Yeah,
that looks really interesting. It shows his whole like how he came up and.
You want something funny with that video?
What?
I saw a little clip of it today because it's always bashing on the Knicks. It's easy.
Yeah.
So when the stuff was starting to go out in Greece, that you guys got to come out and see this kid. Like he might be something. When he was like 17 years old, every single team had their representatives out there. 29 teams had somebody out there to watch him.
All the Knicks.
Except for New York.
What?
Oh my God.
How?
I don't know. I just saw it. I'm like, God, just shut up.
James Dolan?
I don't know. I mean, this was when did Giannis get drafted? 2002.
I like the team that Giannis actually drafted compared to LeBron. LeBron got his, traded for Ben Simmons.
He
got
did.
Ben Simmons.
No, he traded for Ben
He
Simmons.
traded for Ben Simmons. I mean, God, he's such a...
2013 he was drafted.
Yep.
He's so easy to hate now, but...
I'm fully on Team Giannis.
I'm on Team Giannis, too.
I know you guys are Celtics
They
fans.
have less
That's the team
talent.
I'm rooting for.
They have less talent than
Who? Milwaukee.
Team LeBron, probably.
Oh, you're talking about the All-Star game.
All-Star.
I'm talking about Milwaukee.
Oh, Milwaukee, yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I really, really hope he goes far this year because they can get to the finals.
Do you
They
watch the
really,
All-Star
really
game?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, All-Star weekend.
Oh, yeah. I love all this stuff. The three-point shooting contest,
Yep.
the skills challenge, the dunk
You
contest.
got the Curry brothers against each other.
And I like how they have they invited Dirk Nowitzki
To
and Dwayne Wade to be on the All-Star teams
Yes.
because they're both retired.
Well, I think
thought that was
Dirk
pretty
will hit
cool.
the game-winning shot, and Dwayne Wade will be MVP.
Dwayne Wade, the way
You
Dwayne
would
Wade's
think
been
they're
playing, he
gonna try to
could
get them
stay.
the ball,
They
try
will.
to get them the ball so
They
they
do
can
it.
do
It
some
happened with Michael's last one.
Yeah,
They always
Magic
try.
Johnson when he
Magic
came
Johnson,
back.
they always try. AI,
Yeah.
at Kobe Bryant, they
Yeah.
always try to feed that guy that.
And a lot of times they try to feed the home team guy, like
Yes.
wherever it's being played, which is in Charlotte. So it would be Kemba Walker is the home guy there, which is
Sure.
great for us being UConn fans. I
Yeah.
see Kemba be
Who
good.
might go to New York too.
So Team
Wow,
LeBron
that's
is
pretty
LeBron, Durant, Irving, Kawhi, Harden, and that's starters. Giannis is Giannis, Curry, Embiid, George, and Kemba. I mean, he's got more of a.
Take a choice, man. It doesn't really matter. They're both good.
Both good teams, yeah. And Bradley Beal was the last one drafted.
Yeah, he was the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Goes to show you, Bradley Beal's pretty good. He was the last one.
Yeah.
All-Star weekend.
That'd be fun.
Playoffs are coming.
I love the fact that on
March
Twitter,
Madness is coming.
Twitter the other day, I guess it blew up that after the game the other night that they were trying to vote, or someone started something on Twitter, get Zion into the dunk contest this year.
I know. I saw that too. Did you see that block he made against Virginia?
And he
It was
blocked it
unbelievable.
into the crowd.
What the fuck? It didn't look real, man.
Dude,
Like
he started.
Did
from,
you see it?
Started from the
No.
box.
You gotta see it. He
started from the box, like the,
yeah. He
that box
started
right
from
there,
here, and then he dove like he just jumped a jump shot.
Yeah.
Guy was shooting a 3, and he just got.
Yeah. He was up.
If you pull it up, Joe,
Yeah, I'm
it's
trying to
just
find it.
ridiculous what an athlete he is.
Yeah.
And he punched it into the freaking.
Punch it
stands.
into the crowd, a 3-pointer.
You know what?
Got his whole fucking.
The thing
palm
that I
on
like
it.
about him more now, and that I didn't see as much in high school in his highlight tape, he'll block shots, but he'll also block shots and keep them.
Yes, he will.
That's what I
That's
like.
huge, yeah.
Because there's anybody
You know what
can
I
block
think-
shots.
The most impressive thing about him with me is watching him play. is his ball skills.
And he's a team baller, too.
Holy shit, man. He can handle. Like, for a guy his size,
Once he gets a shot, he'll have the triple threat.
I'll tell you what. Right now, he doesn't even need to have a jump shot. Not yet. He can get by with what he is right now. He's an all-star at the next level. Right now, the player that he is right now.
Well, I mean, yeah, Ben Simmons is, so yeah, you're right.
Oh, yeah.
You're right.
And he can. I didn't realize he can handle the ball like that. Like he's high IQ. He's smart.
You know, I was high on RJ Barrett. It's not even close.
No, God,
I was trying to find.
No,
find.
It's not.
It's
RJ Barrett looks like a guy that's going to be like an NBA player, like a rotation guy. Probably never make an All-Star team. Like I don't see that. You know, he just seems like a good, solid player.
Zion has everything and anything.
I mean, he's scary.
And he's most college players, the biggest thing that they say is they're like, hey, when are you going to pack on the meat, get the muscle?
You realize if he comes into the league right now, he'd be the second heaviest player in the NBA.
He's quick.
It's just ridiculous. Is this the block?
Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable.
I mean, poor guy. He's like, I got to clear. He's taking his time. Blah.
Look what he does, man.
He's just. This is the best part about him is just the excitement and everybody watching this, waiting for him to come to the NBA.
May 14th is the biggest day, the draft lottery.
Yeah, you're going to be.
I'm going to be a mess.
Oh, I remember when it happened with the Celtics.
Fucking mess that day.
We're going to have to do an emergency podcast.
If they win it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm fully expecting the worst. Fully expecting.
Of course you are.
You have to.
Yeah. No, you don't. You got to think number one.
You can think positive. I'll do what I do because I've seen it.
Because it's good TV and it's good business.
It's great business. Now pull the trigger, get this fucking kid into New York. You know what they'll do, right? If they draft him number one, they'll trade him to New Orleans for Anthony Davis. You want to bet?
See, already the negative.
Well, it's not really a negative.
Yeah.
You got Anthony Davis.
I'd rather have Zion right now.
Yeah, I kind of would too.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm not going to lie, man.
That many years younger.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Explosive.
Who would you rather have right now?
I mean, Anthony Davis is obviously better. But
Right now?
For the sheer excitement and...
You remember Anthony Davis was a freshman in Kentucky? Yes. Right? He was great.
He was by far the number one player in the country.
Dominant.
Yeah. Kind of like this.
Zion
This is very similar.
Very similar.
Very similar.
Zion has that flash.
That draft was Anthony Davis, and there was a huge gap.
Yeah. If Anthony Davis at that point didn't have the unibrow, there wouldn't be as much of a selling point.
I mean, the kid's good, man.
He is. I'm just saying, let's go Zion, dude.
Yeah, we'll see, man. May
So,
14th.
Going into All-Star Weekend on Saturday, got the dunk contest.
Yep.
We got Dennis Smith Jr., Miles Bridges, Hamidou Diallo, John Collins. Who's your pick there? Prediction pick?
I think, obviously, I'm rooting for Dennis Smith because he's on New York.
Yep.
But I think Miles Bridges is something, man.
Yeah.
Remember him from Michigan State?
Yeah.
He can do some stuff. He's pretty. And Diallo, he's got some springs. I mean, I saw him live. And it should be fun. I'm rooting for Dennis Smith, but I think Miles Bridges is going to win because he's a good dunker, in-game dunker too. He's good.
And then another thing I like is three-point contest. You got Devin Booker, both Curry brothers, Danny Green, Joe Harris, Damian.
Is Dirk in it?
Yeah.
Dirk's in it at the end.
Oh.
How
Dirk won't even
fitting?
Yeah,
but how fitting would that be?
Right.
Come on.
To win it?
That'd be awesome.
Oh, that would
your
be
career.
Awesome.
It'd
I
be
just
a very,
don't see it.
And then, Larry Bird.
thing I like is three-point.
Oh.
What happened?
Yeah, I was hearing myself.
We got something going on in this room.
Jesus, what was that?
Big brother, dude.
See?
You
You
we
started
talked
this
about that off-the-grid shit. Look what happened.
with your Best Buy shit. Somebody's talking in the background.
God.
Oh, man.
Luka
Can
Doncic's
we-
in the skills challenge. What?
Can we quickly just go into ask Yanni about his opinion on the fight?
Yeah, so All-Star Weekend, skills challenge, three-point contest, dunk contest. Then you got LeBron team versus Giannis. We'll go into that.
NBA
But also,
they do a great job with All-Star.
Yeah, it's
it's the only good one out of
another big thing we could talk about this weekend is the Bellator fight. There's two Bellator fights, Friday and Saturday at Mohegan Sun. The big one is Paul Daly versus Michael Venom Page.
MVP, yeah.
MVP. If you want to go a little bit into that, give you the floor.
What do you think, Yanni?
It's an interesting fight, man, because right now MVP for Bellator is probably like their... I don't know if you guys watch the UFC. You got the kid Style Bender, who's kind of like this flashy Anderson Silva 8.0, right? MVP, this guy Michael Venom Page, is kind of similar in that sense. He's got the body like he's getting a lot of comparisons. You know, he's only 12.
Wiry.
He's very wiry. He's long.
Is he undefeated? Or?
He's undefeated, I believe. He's
Yeah.
12-0, I think, or 13-0. He hasn't really fought level of talent that Paul Daly's face. Is not even close.
Mhm.
But what you're seeing from him is just like, God damn, man, this guy is a nightmare in there. He closes distances.
quick.
He closes distance very quick. You know, he'll lean in and hit you with the lead jab, and then, you know, straight right, whatever it is. Like, he comes at it very unorthodox. Long limbs, you know what I mean? And he's got a Muay Thai
13-0, yeah.
kickboxing Muay Thai background, I believe.
Yeah.
And Paul Daly is a Muay Thai, you know, he's striker. Obviously, everybody knows Paul Daly. Like, his nickname Semtex for a reason. You know what I mean? He's got basically dynamite in his fucking left hand. His left hook is like puts anybody to sleep. There's a handful of people that got that. Paul Daly's got that.
Nice.
It's an interesting matchup, man.
They're both from London. This
They're
has
both
been
from
a
London,
long-waited fight for
Yeah,
a
so
while.
there's a rivalry there. Huh?
Yeah.
100%.
I didn't know that.
So who's like the best Brit fighter type of thing, bragging rights and all that.
And it's here.
And it's right here, Mohegan Sun.
Nice.
Me and Yanni are going to try and reach out and see if we could go there Friday. I met Daly back when Brennan used to fight. I sat ringside with him.
Nice.
And then when I went out to L.A., I had my room. My room was right next door to him. And I reached out to him today to see if maybe we can go down Friday after his weigh-ins and get like a quick interview
Let's
with
tell
him.
the truth.
That
After
would be
Brennan
awesome.
got knocked out, Joe.
Daly he's a nice guy. He liked me. And after,
Wow.
when the
Brennan's
whole
in
fight...
the hospital.
No, I went to the hospital. When he came back to his room, I went back to my room, and they were partying next door. They invited me in and had some beers with the guys. They were fun.
So you say no?
Well, I
Couldn't do it.
didn't know how to say no.
So you were Brennan, and then you started partying with the other guy?
Yeah.
Well,
What kind of asshole are you,
I'm not an
man?
asshole.
Your friend's in the hospital and you're
No,
partying
I
with
went to the hospital with them. When they went back to their room,
But you
I
made
went back
sure
to
you
my
went
room.
back to the room and had beers with the...
I didn't know I was going out to get ice, and they were like, someone said to me, "Oh, you want to come in?" And
Wow.
Is that bad?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does sound kinda bad,
It is
right?
bad.
Now you made me feel worse. Yeah.
Well, I should.
Yeah, but hey-
you shouldn't need to hear it from us.
Regardless, as bad as this sounds, the next day told Brennan, he came in, yeah, he got fucked up. His head was hurt. We both crack a beer in the morning, 9 a.m., and we walk over. I told him the whole thing. Me and Brennan knock on the door and have a beer with Daly and them.
Oh, nice.
So,
Nice. So it worked out.
he
well.
knew him. He used to train with him, and Daly's a good guy. He's fucking lethal, but
That was the first thing if you remember when it all happened. He grabbed the mic and he goes, I see his girlfriend. I trained with this guy and stuff. I wish him the best. So he's not one of those.
No.
He doesn't seem like an asshole.
he's not trying to kill
Well,
people. He's just fighting to fight. This is what the sport is.
He's
I
been
agree.
through the ups and downs too. Like he was an up and coming rising star in the UFC, and then he went when he fought Josh Koscheck, and he lost the fight to Josh Koscheck. Hit him after the bell. After the fight was done, he gave him a cheap shot, and right after that, Dana White gave him the boot. Like cut him. He's a rising star. So he went literally from rising all the way to like fighting in front of 500 people again, like fighting in fucking smokers again.
Wow, no
Really?
shit.
Small, yeah. So he had to work his way back, and nobody wanted to touch him.
Right.
It was right at the time the UFC was working. They had all like the Fox execs at this fight, and
They had to make
Dana
an
White's
example
telling
out of it.
everybody these are professionals, blah blah blah.
And he gives him a cheap
and
shot.
then he gives him a cheap shot, and they were like, he's never fighting in
That's
this
good
fucking
insight right there. I didn't know that.
So there's, you know what I mean. He's been down, and now he's making his climb back up through Bellator. With Strikeforce Bellator, and shit. If he can beat Michael Bennett Page,
What do you think?
I think it's a very stylistically. You see fights like this; they're both stand-up strikers. Oftentimes, I think that Michael Venom Page is going to cause a lot of problems. Man. He's hard to get a read on. He doesn't give you a lot. You know what I mean? His hands will be down. You know what I mean? You can't.
Yeah, you're
really-
right. Every time I've seen him, he's not like he's up blocking. He's just.
He's got to be
He's
careful
watching.
though. Like he'll even do like no looks or like keep his eye off you, and he's still like, you know what I mean? He's still
That's crazy.
Yeah, he can't be doing that kind of bullshit. I think with Paul Dana will catch his ass. I don't know too much about.
Joe made a good point. Paul Daly, it does seem like he's a guy that gets up for big fights.
He
This
does.
is a big fight, and it's.
Well, I don't know.
for-
He lost his last fight to John Fitch.
Well, and in that
John
fight,
Fitch
that
is-
was the one where we watched it, where he got a
wrestled.
lot of flack, where Daly was getting wrestled and held down on the ground, and he was yelling out, "You're going to lose a lot of fans, Bellator, millions and millions of fans." Like
Because that's the fighter John Fitch is.
he doesn't like, and Daly's not about that. He doesn't think it should be
He
that
wants
way.
to stand and bang, but it's fucking MMA, man.
Yeah,
No, I agree.
You know?
You get to do whatever you need.
But he is right. At the same time, if you you look at it as a sport, if someone that isn't into it, if you just get into it, you're going to be more interested to watch if it's them banging.
Joe, it's just
Listen.
like the Super Bowl. Old school football fans like a defensive game. New school football fans want a shootout and stuff.
That's
So
true.
you got the guys like Yanni here that he wants to watch their best techniques. Correct.
Well,
Using
listen,
it.
you're not going to have to worry about them going on the ground.
No, this fight is going to be a great.
They're going to stand up, and oftentimes when you get guys like this that both have, like, Paul Daly's got knockout power, you know what I mean? Oftentimes you think they're going to stand and bang. I don't know if they're going to stand and bang. When you got two guys that are that dangerous, Daly's going to keep his distance.
Careful.
You think it goes the distance?
Man. I don't know. I see somebody getting knocked out. I think it might take a few rounds, for them to get their legs and get their distance.
I like Daly's just attitude. Just watching multiple fights.
Had beers with him,
I
yeah.
sat next to him in Mohegan. I went out to L.A.
What else you do with
He
him?
he's a modest guy. Where Paige has been saying I'm in his head. Where he told me he's like I stand up there. He was like when I celebrate when I win the fight. He's not one of those guys that's gonna like start talking shit before the fight. He just stands up there, does his weigh-ins, gets ready, goes in, fucking knocks him out for that reason.
He's a fighter, man. Yeah, he's a fighter through and through.
Where Venom Page is more of a, he's undefeated, but he's a showman. Like, you know what I mean? He did the whole roll the Pokemon ball when he knocked out Cyborg and
Yeah.
caved his skull in.
They both have like two of like the most vicious
Oh yeah,
flying knee knockouts in like MMA history.
I
Yeah.
saw those two highlights, both of them.
it's gonna be a great fight. I would think. I'm hoping.
Imagine both knees going together and they just both knock each other out.
Ah,
That's the way it ends.
Like the end of Rocky too.
Too, yeah. It's just done. That's my prediction.
Two knees
like it.
Two knees.
colliding
Same
in midair,
Same time.
each making contact,
With
Both
your
from
face.
Britain.
and both guys get counted out.
Yep.
That's your prediction.
That's my prediction. And Dirk to hit the game-winning shot for the All-Star game.
Interesting.
Ooh, I like these prop bets.
Prophetic.
If you could actually bet this in Vegas, you'd probably be able to retire.
Yeah.
On fuck.
Dwayne Wade,
$20
MVP, and
Dwayne Wade MVP,
Yeah,
Dirk
Dirk
hitting the last shot, two knees.
MVP for
simultaneously.
Dwayne Wade isn't a bad bet. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Did you hear the one that the guy bet? For the Super Bowl.
3
He-
points,
Yeah, 3 points. What did he
It's
put?
amazing.
$250 and
Yeah.
won $100,000.
100 grand. Yeah.
100 grand. It was
What was
400 to 1 that the Rams would
Scored
only score
3
3
we
points.
should say Jack Cochran was right about
Jack
that.
Cochran said Edelman,
Edelman.
and
Yeah.
he won a
Okay.
cool like $5,000
We
on
didn't
Yeah.
listen.
Oh, we don't want to put all his
that. No.
info out there, you know what I mean? But
Oh no, I could cut
It was a
that
good.
out.
It was a good Super Bowl.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm very happy. So.
Yeah, Scott's
How
very.
about the sports?
We
Illustrated
we
page?
brought it up. We brought
Yeah.
up the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know.
Super Bowl.
I'm not gonna, go out. Stay away to 7. Let's go.
Next week we're having D-Rock on, your boy D-Rock. We'll
Yep.
talk NBA, and then the following week after that, I think we're gonna have a call-in or someone with Chris Hansen talk about the Academy Awards.
Yep.
And go from there.
All right.
Sounds good,
House
man.
rules.
House rules. Scott's out.
You have someone you have to be, Scott.
No.
Yancy?
Ready.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, you seem like you were trying to cut me off here.
No, I wasn't trying to cut you off.
Didn't he?
Yeah.
Didn't he?
Wait a minute. Is it
No.
10:05 sex with the wife at home? You gotta
She's
be.
passed out.
Was it,
No, I was
is it 10:05 rape sesh at home?
No, but I think
It's the midnight race.